sweet home. I'm actually feeling a little fuzzy inside. It's amazing how quickly 2 years can fly by.
I see. So you are the one responsible for the recurring incidents at the family's production facilities. In comparison to the person you were when you first joined the ranks 5 years ago, I have to acknowledge that you've become quite cunning. In any case, Detective, I suggest you make your way indoors. Just beyond the laboratory is a bulletproof safe room. And from the looks of it, things could get nasty.
Don't question it. Just do what he says, Rocky. Don't worry, it will be over soon. We'll pick you up later.
Actually, your logic is a little off. I have nothing to do with your makeshift meeting locations. Possibly, you should take a more circumspect view of your allies, old friend.
Y ahora, an uninvited guest. Good, we're now more at ease. The fact that you recognize our new pal here is also fairly odd, if you ask me, Leo. Este tipo es hombre o mujer? Face reading isn't my strong suit, but do involve me in the fun.
Well, who knows? Let's leave the mystery up in the air. Then I take that you're Eduardo de la Cruz, aka the Butcher. Well known throughout New Mexico as a cold and impetuous man. I see that your reputation precedes you. Don't worry about making a good first impression. Dante, you really sunk to new depths here, haven't you? Are you now fostering stray puppies from third world countries?
You really do have a big mouth. Since you've done your research, you already know what happens to people who bark and spew irritably to my face, right? Putting my 2 cents in, I think you'd look great in a traditional Colombian necktie. It will match the red beret. Say, how about I demonstrate it on your flesh, hmm?
Settle down, Lalo. Don't get so carried away. I do have the displeasure of knowing this thing. This person's name is Sasha Kalchik. Used to be a newcomer to our units, and a former direct subordinate of mine. Yes, but do tell, Sasha. How did your vacation go in the Chechen stronghold on the fringes of icy cold Russia? I've heard that both the food and service are of the highest caliber.
Enchanté. And of course a great comedian as always. I suppose you could say that after you left me behind to die, I have rediscovered my true self. Don't be misleaded though, for a lot has changed in the meanwhile. I'm not the same person I used to be, old friend. However, rest assured that my motivations are not vengeful. To do so would be so callous.
You're a bit of a rebel, aren't you? Given that you walked right in without a hitch, I think it's realistic to deduce that the guards are...
Dead? That's correct. Evidently I didn't want to do it. But since they obstructed my path with such force, I need to demonstrate that I can be a bit more incisive when necessary.
You should count your blessings. A bullet has not been lodged in your brain as of yet. What brings you to this place? As much as you've been relocating, it's wise not to underestimate the Canova family. Everything you do can be tracked and accounted for. More than that, I believe your identity and a bounty on your head will be made public to a huge network of mercenaries who would love the chance to compete for your head. In case you were curious, the man next to me is a part of it.
Yes, I'd gladly take my time with this arrogant brat. Putting an end to someone's life immediately would be monotonous. Remember when you said you'd kill the boss for a silver coin? If you were my target, I'd do it for free.
I'm happy to read that your cute little family has also made some progress, so kudos to you. However, I would not act rashly if I were in your shoes. As for the bounty you mentioned, I fear it would be discarded.
Fine. I hear you, Sasha. Remove your index finger from the trigger. Inside your jacket. What is it that I can do for you?
Leo, you've got to be shitting me. This asshole breaks into the warehouse and kills your men. And you're willing to fucking listen to this clown?
Calm yourself, Lalo. Let's get this jerk's request out of the way first. If you have the chance to avoid a large-scale conflict, you should always take it.
And avoid widespread fear among the general populace, which could undermine our business. The nostalgia! If I'm not mistaken, those were your daddy's exact remarks. I was a genuine leader, worthy of respect and dread. Regarding my purpose, I must inform you that I am here on duty. However, the issue is none of your business, I'm afraid. Now, please don't make my job harder than it needs to be.
I get the picture. It's all so obvious now. You've affiliated yourself with Icarus, haven't you? That band of pushy bastards now depend on someone as untalented as you. I have to mention that since Alpha resigned, they've become a real pain in our asses. Getting involved in our affairs, screwing over promising business partners, and even integrating themselves into the highest echelons of politics and the executive branch. Several world leaders are their puppets now, aren't they? You see, Sasha, I also have my resources. In case you weren't aware, word-of-mouth communication's much more likely to go unnoticed. And I apologize, but I don't owe you a damn thing.
That's the way it's gonna be then, I'd rather not start a massacre. So are you sure you don't want to reconsider your decision? You just love to be the one who gets the last word in. You're as conceited as you are uneducated.
Ayo, Leo. Let's fucking kill this freak. Aquí, ahora. Este cabrón de mierda needs to understand who the fuck they're messing with. Icarus, or whatever the hell it is. I don't give a shit about these guys.
Yeah, so be it.
That was quite an emotional reunion. I thought you'd be happier to see me. It's a pity that this is the conclusion. Oh, and another thing, Dante? I go by Kaiser now.
Okay. That's enough. Kaiser, any last words?
That was quite a show. The only thing missing was popcorn. Let me think. Maybe something like boom. Well. How are you, gentlemen? I see. Not too well, but rejoice. You're still alive after all. I was hoping that I would be able to leave with only minor injuries thanks to this bomb-resistant suit, yet now I see quite a few scratches all over it, even if the explosives employed weren't that potent. Oh well, I calibrated them myself with great care, as this is a bit new for you. Now I like to be very meticulous. Kinda like being one step ahead.
Fucking lowlife. You stepped over a line that shouldn't be crossed. And your actions will have dire consequences.
You're quite mistaken, because in the end, I'm already completely dead inside. Now, if you excuse me, I have a job to wrap up. I'll let you both live for now. I wasn't ordered to murder two high-ranking bums from the Canoa family. And I also wouldn't want to leave your father, Domenico, to grieve over the loss of his son, even if the eldest one is slightly more discerning. Since there is a substantial price on both of your heads, the people I brought in were nothing more than mercenaries. They will be missed. We had similar goals, and I gladly accepted the offer because I detest soiling my good clothes.
Subestimamos a este marica. Fuck. ¡Qué mierda! Creo que me he roto las dos piernas. Estás muerto, hijo de puta. ¡Muerto!
But there is a bonus for you. It is the Kuro's policy to compensate for any injury to the prosperity or health of third parties. Aren't you both lucky? As a result, I will leave a bag comprising a few $1,000,000 in order for you to reestablish your modest drug enterprise, as it will benefit the association. Don't worry about the law enforcement. Since your goods have been vaporized, you'll just be listed as victims of a gas leak incident. Very proud of my explosives, gentlemen. I'll catch up with you later. Au revoir. The same shelter I put together. He'll never change. As for you, please come with me. How very bold of you. Don't you wonder what's going to happen? Aren't you even a little curious? Dante's charisma surely hasn't faded. He probably used the same line of reasoning on you as he did with me. And I can't say that I blame you. After all, you were really completely clueless about what happens in the real world. I used to like that guy, you know. He freed me from a fairly problematic past. Things are a lot darker than you think. I'm afraid that now you've plunged into this water, there's no way back to the surface. You would discover, however, exactly which enterprise contains all the aces. This is the one. Get in. I have to take you to a certain location. I urge you not to struggle or do anything stupid, or I'll be forced to take rather drastic measures. I was only instructed to deliver you alive, but I was not limited in any way in how I could do so. And I hate to do such a thing to someone so popular.
Oh, will you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to get some sleep. Christ, no one here seems to understand that I need at least 8 hours of sleep to have flawless skin. Also, can you loosen these chains a bit?
Come on now, do you think you are on a tour? Don't forget that you'll be put up for trial, princess. But why not? We'll be a little quieter, mademoiselle. However, the chains will stay as they are. Chauffeur, drive to HQ, will you?
Damn it. Dad's gonna kill me. Fuck it. I'd rather not have to rely on this guy. But I don't see other options on the table. Put Yuri on the phone. There's a matter that needs closure. It's time to rally up the boys. Shit's gonna